It's interesting, though, that you said in the chat that there are no games to play, because that is what the internet likes to say. They love to say that there are no games to play. And I say on this stream all the time, that's cap. And we now have more evidence that that's cap, because I have some of the top pre-ordered games of the past month. And we're going to analyze the data because, once again, the gaming community, specifically the PlayStation Nation, is on fraud watch. Now, before we analyze the data and break down once again why these niggas is frauds, friendly reminder, I'm giving away an Alienware gaming laptop, and if you want to win it, exclamation point giveaway in the chat to enter the giveaway. All you gotta do is follow me on Instagram. I'm sponsored by Alienware, and I got a laptop to give away. So if you ever wanted to get into PC gaming, join the giveaway. Exclamation point giveaway in the chat. Follow the link. Do what you gotta do. You got 9 days left to enter this one. If you're watching on YouTube, Hokage Highlights, the link will be in the description box below. Now, that being said, let's talk about some of the most pre-ordered games in the past month or so. Is the bot on? Oh, hold up. The bot might not be on. My bad. It's on YouTube automatically, but Twitch it might not be. 1 second. Let me turn it on. My bad, chat. Come on. Fucking load, bro. Wire back. Yeah, this slow ass wire back. Okay, there you go. Now if you're on Twitch, YouTube it works, but on Twitch it wasn't working because my bot wasn't on. Now if you're in the Twitch chat, you can type exclamation point giveaway if you want to enter. All right, here we go. Let's talk about the data, man. Why is this image not loading all of a sudden? Fucking fix your website. Okay. Charlie Intel posted this on Twitter in regards to Call of Duty, and I found this to be very fascinating because although he was just talking about the pre-orders on PlayStation, the top pre-orders in regards to Call of Duty, if you zoom in, you get some interesting info and some interesting data in the thought process behind the gaming community, man. Charlie Intel says Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is one of the first Call of Duty games to not top the PS5 pre-order charts days after announcement. 3 days after the reveal, the Vault Edition pre-order has currently peaked at only at number 8, both behind both editions of Battlefield 6. So what are people pre-ordering on PlayStation? And keep in mind, usually the numbers are identical on Xbox as well. Let's see here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So top 12 games in the last month that are being pre-ordered. What do we see here that's interesting? Of the top 12 most pre-ordered games, 4 of those games are held by sports game slots. 2K, the Superstar Edition is the $100 edition is the #1 most pre-ordered game on the PlayStation Store. The $150 edition is the #2 most pre-ordered game. And the base game is the #3. Well, not #3 total, but that's the third one, I mean. Then you also got FIFA right here. Now, Battlefield makes sense, you know. It's been a while since Battlefield came out. That's new, it's fresh, it's hip. Borderlands, it's been a while, so that makes sense. Even the Snake Eater remake, that makes sense, it's been a while. But then I think the most interesting thing about this data that makes me even more disappointed is coming in at the 11th most pre-ordered game on the PlayStation Store right now is Ghost of Yotei. Now, why is this important? The deluxe edition, by the way. The base version isn't even charting, just the deluxe edition. Why is this data important? On this stream, I love to talk about how the average PlayStation nigga loves to sit in Twitter spaces and talk about how Final Fantasy VII is the greatest RPG of all time. They own a PlayStation for the exclusives because they're the best exclusives on the planet. They're mind-boggling, just innovative gameplay. And I said that was a fucking lie. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the remake, was on the charts for the first month it came out, and then it fucking fell off the face of the earth, and it's been the same way. Astro Bot won Game of the Year, critical darling. A lot of PlayStation niggas didn't buy it. And once again, we have a pattern of PlayStation niggas not buying PlayStation games. And the craziest part is, you know what's in front of Ghost of Yotei? Gears of War, an Xbox game. The jokes write themselves. Y'all don't buy PlayStation games, y'all buy Xbox games. You niggas are addicted, man. Gears of War, fucking Forza, Sea of Z's, Grounded. It's more niggas right now playing Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, riding around on flying ants, getting stuck in somebody's pineapple juice, than ordering the Ghost of Yote. I pre-ordered. Matter of fact, we're silent. There's no Silent Hill. There's no Silent Hill. What's going on? But I counted 1, 2, 3 versions of 2K on top of PlayStation. Mind you, so many people said they weren't gonna buy this shit. I don't know, man. It kind of goes back to the conversation where dude was talking about on TikTok. I highlighted it like a week or two ago. Dude was saying that casual gamers are not a problem. They're not a big problem in the gaming community. They are. They fucking are. This all goes back to capitalism. Why would 2K improve the game if you put the game in the number 1, 2, and it has a 3rd spot in the top 12 pre-ordered games on PlayStation? Imagine you're a game developer. The game's not done. You open up your analytics and you see, what the fuck? Not only did they pre-order it, but they pre-ordered the $150 edition, and it's the number 2 most pre-ordered game on the fucking network. Battlefield makes kind of sense with the pre-orders, although y'all niggas said y'all wasn't gonna pre-order the shit, so we gotta. But I'm gonna give a slight pass to Battlefield, because Battlefield, at least they gave the beta, and a lot of people enjoyed the beta, including myself. So then people went out and pre-ordered it based off the beta. But the gameplay for 2K just dropped today. And the only people who've played it are content creators, and we know them niggas be lying. So once again, I have to present the question. People saying that the casuals are not a part of the problem. I don't agree with the sentiment that casuals are the only problem, but you guys are a big part of the problem. Ghost of Yote's right there, one of the biggest games of the year. And for some reason, 3 versions of 2K26 charted ahead of it, as well as Gears of War. You guys are more excited for a 20-year-old Xbox 360 port than a new open world Japanese samurai ninja game that looks pretty fucking cool. Y'all niggas don't play no games. This is crazy. Shout out to Mikey with the sub. Appreciate it. This is crazy. You can be in your feelings all you want, but this is the data. This is the facts. People say one thing on social media and do something completely different with their wallet, hoping nobody would notice. But we got the receipts on y'all. We got the receipts on y'all. So because this holds 3 spots in the top 12 right now, I predict NBA 2K26 is going to break financial records, unfortunately. Also, these are the same people that say gaming is dead. Of the top 12, 4 are sports games. The jokes write themselves. You guys are always, and then hold up. They always say, you guys are always blaming the sports in the Call of Duty and the GTA gamers like we're the problem. Well, let's take a look at the top 12 most pre-ordered games. Sports, Call of Duty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost 50% of the top 12 games are y'all. And then shit, Battlefield's another shooter, I'm gonna be honest. Just try something different. I wouldn't even have cared about this data if this was number 1. Man, shit, matter of fact, top 3. If this was top 3, I wouldn't even be mad. But this shit is almost not even charting. I'd argue it's not charting because it's top 12. Most people are talking about top 10s. This shit is not even cracking the top 10, guys. It's coming in at the 11th spot. Fucking diabolical. You guys are not beating the allegations that if the game doesn't have a ball or a gun, you're not buying it. Why? Because of the top 12 pre-ordered games on PlayStation right now, this game's got a ball, it's got a ball, it's got a gun, it's got a ball, it's got a gun, it's got a gun, it's got a gun, it's got a gun, it's got a ball, it's got a gun, it's got a gun. Only one of these games doesn't have guns and balls in it. 11 of the 12 most pre-ordered games got guns and balls in it. But I'm making shit up. Okay. It's time to face the reality. Some of your friends are part of the problem. Then these be the same people. And I'm gonna be honest, if this is what you like and this is what you only like, cool, just shut the fuck up. The problem is the people who pre-order all this shit are the same ones that sit on the internet and say gaming is dead. There's no variety. Gee, I wonder why. I know some of you guys graduated a GED or something, but in school I was taught data matters. It predicts patterns. Let's analyze the data. That's all I'm saying. Yo, shout out to G-Rod with the super chat. He said, I believe the gaming is dead crowd are just intentionally staying closed-minded for content. You said they rage baiting? Say it ain't so. And shout out to Ergum Eso with the super chat. He said Ronnie's toupee. He just typed Ronnie's toupee. If I'm Ronnie 2K right now, 3 of the top 12 most pre-ordered games, bruh, my toupee is turning fucking yellow. That's what happened. A lot of y'all don't know that. I read it on Reddit. Yo, shout out to Yo, it's Tito. A lot of y'all don't know the more money that the 2K company makes, Ronnie 2K's toupee goes yellow. He turns into a Super Saiyan corporate Greedus. So that's the data. That being said, gameplay for 2K dropped, which is crazy. Going back to the data, perfect segue. This is what y'all's gonna buy anyway. Ronnie's toupee. We have no gameplay for it until today, August 22nd, but the pre-orders are through the roof, so we can finally get a look at what the game is going to look like and see, is there a reason to be excited about this game? Let's see why so many people are pre-ordering it. For those unaware, 2K does their annual community day where they let some content creators play the game early and then release some content. I saved this video from Simply Grinding. Shout out to him because it just showed up on my algorithm. And it's a slow news day, so I said we need something to fucking talk about. So I'm gonna put this on fucking 1.2, and we finna watch some of this and see if this is mind-blowing, record-breaking worthy content. Shout out to Azami with the sub, appreciate it.
26 early, and today I'm gonna be
Toupee rising.
100% honest opinions on everything I liked and everything I didn't. For example, I love that you could actually speed boost out of different dribble moves. Last year, it was basically, if you didn't have Steve Francis, you were cooked. This year, there's definitely more variety. One thing I didn't like is the ball switching hands without me even touching my controller. This made comboing up super annoying, but don't worry, I found out 2K did add a way around this that I will explain later in this video. We're also gonna
That's a psychological trick to get you to watch the whole video, by the way. I don't know if you guys know that. Now I'm gonna get to that, Michael. I'm gonna get to that.
On all the changes to the dunk meter, rhythm shooting.
That green bar looks way bigger than last year. I've been reading that it's gonna be, not reading, but well, yeah, reading. They put it on the website that this year is gonna be much easier to shoot. Judging by that green bar, it looks like it might be. We went from being extremely hard. This might be one of the easiest shooting 2Ks.
Dribbling, post scoring, speed boosting, bump steals, and all the brand new features introduced for the very first time in NBA 2K26. Starting with my favorite new addition, quick shot timing. I'm calling it right now, this is going to be the most overpowered addition to shooting we have ever seen. If y'all
Shout out to PJ with the super chat. He says super ultra microtransaction instinct going crazy. Yeah, that's what happens when Ronnie's toupee goes super ultra instinct when he sees all the microtransactions.
Aren't familiar with quick shot timing, basically it's a feature where if you hold LT before you shoot on a catch and shoot shot, you will drastically increase the speed of your jump shot. Here's a side-by-side comparison so you can
hold on, I'm not paying attention.
increase the speed of your jump shot. Here's a side-by-side comparison so you can see for yourself just how fast
Which one's the quick release, the left or the right?
quick shot timing makes your jump shot.
I'm assuming it was the left. Oh, it was the right. Okay. I was say because it looked like Clay released his. It was faster. Okay.
Now, for the My Team heads watching this video, it might be a little hard to learn 5 different players' jump shots and then also learn 5 different quick shot timing. But for those of y'all that play My Player, aka the Park, Rec, Pro-Am, whatever, I highly suggest you master this feature. Think about how many games you play with your My Player. Hundreds to thousands of games using one singular jump shot. So if you take the time to learn your quick shot timing like it's your actual jump shot, you will quite literally never be contested every time you take a catch and shoot shot.
That's a half truth. Keep in mind when these content creators play this shit, they're playing in a controlled environment. They're not playing online. They're playing directly through the console. There is no latency when they're recording this footage. So the shooting felt great. It's like when you play My Career. When I play My Career, I shoot 100,000%. You get out into the park, I don't hit nothing. So take that with a grain of salt. because latency is a thing. Yo, shout out to Soju Queen with the sub and Detarius, appreciate you. Shout out to Jik Jik with the sub as well.
I can't stress how important it is that you take this new feature seriously, especially if you're a spot.
Yeah, that would be a good feature for all ball.
And if you're worried that it looks too hard to time, after 30 minutes of labbing, I was able to green consistently with Brandon Podzimski on Hall of Fame difficulty. Trust me, you will be fine. Now, enough yapping about that, let's cover a feature that I really don't like, which is the brand new lob system. More specifically, we're talking about what I think is an unnecessary change, where whenever you throw or try and catch a lob, the player on the receiving end of the lob will get a random button prompt that they still have the time to complete the alley-oop. If you're a little bit confused, in previous years, all you had to do was throw the lob and you would always click X or square at the appropriate time and you would finish the lob. Easy enough, right? Well, this year, it is no longer going to be always X or square to finish your lobs. Instead, it could be any of the 4 buttons on your controller. So on PlayStation, X, circle, triangle, and square. On Xbox, A, X, Y.
So it's just not square anymore. It could be any of the buttons.
And B. And the reason I don't like this change is I just feel like it's pointless. It was intended to quote-unquote increase the skill gap in NBA 2K26, but I don't know about y'all, I just don't think that's a skill. I'm not gonna call someone trash for missing a random button prompt, and
I will. I actually disagree with that. I'm okay with that change. I will say I half agree with him. I agree that, was it a necessary change? Like, there's more important things I think they can improve in the game. So was it a necessary change? No. But I would counter argument that that does increase the skills gap, because he's saying it doesn't take skill to coordinate pulling off that. But I'm like, that's literally hand and eye coordination. Being able to read the play and then use your hands to coordinate to it versus expecting square. If it was just one button, it would just be instinct. So that is a skill set that will separate good dunkers from bad ones, is hand and eye coordination. Is it a necessary change? No, but that increases the skill gap. So what are you mad about? Y'all said y'all wanted a skill gap.
I'm also not
gonna you got to pay attention. You can't turn your brain off. So I'm not gonna. I don't hate this. I'm indifferent about it. I don't hate this change. I disagree with him. That is skill.
Props for hitting a random button prompt. Usually, whenever you think of upping the skill, you want to be able to give someone props whenever they can do something that other people can't do. But I'm not gonna dab up my boy because he clicked circle instead of square. I just think it is an unnecessary change. I will say,
you just mad that you won't be able to run down the lane and spam fucking lobs now. Now you have to actually hope your teammate is in alignment with you. You're gonna actually have to communicate and call the lob.
That at lower difficulties, it was always X and square depending on what console you're on. And then whenever I raised the difficulty to Hall of Fame, that's when I got the random button prompt. So that might mean that it might not be in every single game mode, but whatever game mode it's in, I am gonna find it annoying.
What up, C? Well,
we need to cover are the changes to the dunk meter.
That green window is crazy on Giannis.
I'm gonna say this off rip, the dunk meter is better on NBA 2K26 than on NBA 2K25, but only for certain builds. And what I mean by that is dunk metering on taller builds felt like it was the easiest thing in the world. If you take a look at these clips of me trying to dunk meter with Giannis, you'll notice that I'm absolutely manhandling everybody and then finishing the dunk with a huge green window dunk meter. And this is on Hall of Fame difficulty, the highest difficulty we could put it on. And I want y'all to really focus on the size of the green window in the dunk meter. For a taller build, it is ridiculously huge, almost making it hard to miss contact dunks on taller.
To be fair, he's playing as Giannis. That's what Giannis does. Like, and he even just said that it's mainly for taller builds. If you're taller, it should be easier to dunk. So I mean, I don't understand the complaint. Like, that's why you're making a tall build. Also, none of these players have good interior defense. That too, yeah. What does it look like? What does it look like against a true rim protectors? I would be curious. Shout out to Q to Sage with the super chat. Based on my experience, PlayStation people are more casual and love ball and gun games. It's only a few of us that like games. Nah, they love talking about them fucking exclusives they don't play. He doesn't understand game dev. Yeah, the unfortunate thing, I mean, that's the gift and the curse of the internet. It democratizes opinions. It allows everybody to speak their mind, but it doesn't mean that everybody's opinion is valid. You know, it doesn't mean. Like, I'd argue this is what Giannis is supposed to be doing. What else, Siggy?
Dunks with smaller builds, like Anthony Edwards and Ja Morant, it was still very possible.
Yeah, see, Ja's window is much smaller.
A lot harder, and the green windows were visibly smaller. I'm sure in some of the clips, the green window looks kind of the same as the Giannis ones, but in some of those clips...
Cole the Man had a better showing of this feature, the green window streaks. Yeah, I'm confused at what he's complaining about. Giannis has a big-ass window, and that's what I would expect, but then when he went with Ja, the window was much smaller, which I don't understand what he's complaining about. That's realistic.
The difficulty was set to pro just so I could see the changes in the green window for the dunk meter, and what I noticed is that whenever I go to Hall of Fame on a 6'4" or 6'3" build like Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards, getting contact dunks became increasingly more difficult. And that makes sense because 2K did say it is a dynamic dunk meter, which means the dunk meter changes as you go through your animation.
Or also based on what the defense is doing, because I saw when he stepped in front of it changed the meter.
So you'll notice in a lot of these clips, I will start the dunk meter and my dunk meter will be very huge, and then a taller player will get in the paint that I'm trying to poster, and my dunk meter literally goes to 0, where it's either not greenable at all, or it's basically 1 out of 100 times you might hit the very small pure green window, which was a little concerning for me because, as y'all know, I love making like a 6'3" or 6'4" two-way all-around guard build that has high driving dunk, high defense, high shooting, and high playmaking. But man, after seeing this in quick play, it really does have me second guessing making a small guard with a high driving dunk.
What is he complaining about? I don't get it. That's realistic. If you are a small guard trying to dunk on a 7-footer, it's going to be a struggle. Yeah, it happens, but it's going to be a struggle. Now, if you're a small guard dunking on a 1, 2, or 3, then the bar is going to be bigger, but I'm confused at what he's complaining about. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this theory about NBA fans don't actually watch basketball, I'm starting to believe it. I don't agree with that. Yo, shout out to Kane Snow with the sub, appreciate it.
I might actually save my small guard builds for just shooting and playmaking, and then make my tall guard builds have the high dunking, so I can save attributes, because if I'm not gonna be able to contact dunk consistently, it's gonna—
This shit really a hood RPG? That's what we should start calling 2K, a hood RPG. I mean, I've been saying it's an RPG, but yeah, it's a hood RPG, that's funny.
The builder for my small guard. It'll have to be something I test out more when the game—
Just make Caitlyn Card dunk on everybody, problem solved.
A tall guard, I highly recommend that you up your driving dunk. I genuinely believe it is the easiest thing in the world to dunk meter with high driving dunk on a tall guard build. But if you're making a small guard, we're gonna have to wait and see. Don't worry, I'm gonna test it out day 1. So
God forbid there's some interior defense.
Now another thing we gotta talk about with the dunk meter is there's actually a brand new control for it that is so user friendly. If you notice on some of these clips, whenever I try to do the normal way of dunk metering, which is up on the right stick and then down on the right stick really quick, you'll notice that there's like a little bit of a hitch before I go up that interrupts the flow of gameplay. That happened on 2K25 too. I never really liked it. It's like my player's trying to do a hezzy because that is up on the right stick. So what it looks like is he's doing a hezzy into a dunk meter, which wasn't what I intended. But on NBA 2K26, there's a new control where all you have to do is hold down on the right stick and it activates the dunk meter. And just like I highly recommend y'all get used to the quick shot feature, I'm
a little concerned about that because in order to throw floaters, you hold down the analog stick. Did they change the control on that? I'm worried that there's too many controls on the same button. And like, let's say I'm going for a contact dunk and I accidentally throw a floater and I'm not like mentally prepared for that animation. I'd be worried about that. I'm cool with them simplifying it because I didn't really like the way it used to be where you had to flick the stick, but like there's too many. Oh, you have to hold turbo to do it? Okay.
Do this method of dunk metering instead. Just hold down on your right stick and time it. And by time it, I mean release the right stick when it's in the green window. Way easier than flicking up and down on the right stick. You will never get a hitch or a hezzy. It feels so fluent in game, at least in quick play. Obviously, we haven't tested out online. It might feel different. But by the end of community day, I was only dunk metering by pulling my right stick down and timing it that way. And not only did it feel better, it felt like this is how it's always—
I promise you'll still end up doing the wrong move. Most likely it's 2K. Most likely.
I've been about the dunk meter for too long, so we're gonna come back to standing dunks later, but do not miss that part because trust me, there is something you need to know about standing dunks. For right now, let's talk about—
Shout out to West Boy with the sub.
Everybody wants to know about the dribbling because that's what makes or breaks—
Yo, he sauced him.
Game, in my opinion. If the dribbling feels super stiff and robotic, it will never be—
Hey, hold on, let me slow it down so I can actually see what it looks like in normal speed, the dribbling.
Fun because you cannot combo up and you can't get open effectively without everyone using the same 1 or 2 moves to do it. So this year, I'm happy to say a lot of dribble moves looked really good. And y'all don't have to take my word for it. Look at the screen, bro. I'm showing everything that I'm talking about. You can personally see yourself that the dribble moves look faster. 2K did say that the game speed is increased by 10 or 15%, so maybe that's helping to contribute for the look of it.
Oh my God, dribble gods are back. Oh my God, these niggas gonna be hiding behind fucking screens all rec session. Oh my Lord.
Looking way better, but I also feel like the actual dribble moves itself are less stiff.
Here, hey, return to the Curry slide.
For example, the Curry slide on 2K26 kind of feels like the Curry slide on 2K22. If you remember,
he just said it. That's crazy.
Super arcade-like game.
It's back.
Spam a Curry slide, run to the left. Spam a Curry slide, run to the right. The Curry slide in NBA 2K26 feels similar to that. And make sure to write this part down because I'm about to put y'all on. The best dribble moves in NBA 2K26 ranked from least overpowered to most overpowered. Starting off the list, we got Steph Curry step back, a super clean separation move for small guards.
That was crazy space.
That extra bit of space you need for a wide open shot. Kyrie Irving behind the back, a ridiculously fast misdirection move that will catch your defender off guard every single time. Mike Conley step back. Not only will this allow you to create some space and reset your dribble, but
the Mickey builds
you to speed boost to either side. James Harden and Kevin.
I pray you have to manage your stamina, man. I'm hoping they don't got unlimited stamina, all this goddamn dribbling.
Durant step back. A great separation move for tall guards that seems to have an
fight gonna break multiple controllers
of ankle breakers. Cheese this while you can, because I can almost guarantee it will be patched.
That was crazy space he's getting right there. Oh my god. This shit looking like the 2K18 snatchback, and if it is, I'm getting the fuck off the game. This nigga in fucking New York and this nigga in Idaho. God damn.
Steph Curry dribble style. I don't even need to say anything here, just look at this speed boost. There is no speed boost in the entire game that is better than this. And finally, the most overpowered dribble move in NBA 2K26, Steph Curry behind the back, aka the Curry slide. Shocker, I know, the move that
everybody gonna have it. It's not in Cleveland.
Either side is the best move in the game. But
KD build on the way.
Felt a lot better on 26 than it did on 25. Now, I'm not one of those creators that's gonna go out here and say it's better than 2K16. It's better than 2K19.
What's that?
We're not doing all that. But as long as nothing is
goddamn another 30-minute video
before the game is dropped, which please 2K do not do that. Just let us have a month of the game that we played at Community Day, please, because I can definitively say that the dribbling on 2K26 felt way better than the dribbling on 2K.
All right, we're speeding it back up.
As long as nothing is changed. Now, with every positive, there is a negative. There were still what I like to call a lot of dribbling hitches in the animation, meaning sometimes I could speed boost out of certain moves, and other times whenever I used the move and I went to sprint out of them, my player would do like a little hezzy stop before sprinting again. I know
the game spazzing out.
It was all
Wimby clips that we might be in trouble. All right, let me look at his shit then.
Access to NBA 2K26, and I got y'all with a full gameplay breakdown. In today's video, I'm going to be going over everything, including how fast and shifty dribbling is, the new shooting features like rhythm shooting, and the new no dip feature.
So I'm looking at my share of 2K stock.
Contact dunks, and of course,
yeah, jokes aside, now I think about it since you brought that up, you know, it's concerning that 3 of the top 12 most pre-order games on PlayStation right now are 2K, but at the same time, I am happy that I bought 2K shares a couple months ago, boy. Yo, shit, you guys gonna spend that money, boy.
And guys, I'm gonna be giving my full honest opinion on 2K26 for the gameplay. I'm gonna point out things that I really like, point out things that I don't like. So if you guys could do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe, and let's get right into it. All right, so we're gonna be starting off with playmaking, more specifically dribbling and the game speed and quick.
Yeah, Borderlands was up there too. Them stocks going up, boy. With a nice I forgot, yeah, Take-Two owns Borderlands as well. So they had like 6 of the top 12 games on that fucking list, boy. Them shares going crazy.
Animation.
You gotta give it like 6 months though. Gotta wait for the next earnings call, the quarterly.
Animation way faster than 2K25. Mike Wang was not.
You calling this market research? Nah, it's not market research. It just goes back to what I said. I don't give financial advice here because y'all not gonna blame me for y'all failures. But what I will say, one good piece of advice I could give you is invest in things that you're passionate about and you're knowledgeable about. I'm knowledgeable about this stuff. We looking at them pre-orders, boy.
Honestly, I think it's like more than 10% faster. But take a look at that one with John Morant stopping on a dime. Actually getting a quick first step animation.
But then GTA will be out too. Oh yeah, I'm holding through 2026. I'm just building out position.
Little guards because tall players can do it as well. Look at Cooper Flag. I'm literally just hezzy. I'm doing a hezzy, then I'm running.
They're gonna have a good 25 and 26.
And I'm doing this. He might even be 6 foot on. I'm not sure.
That is crazy with Cooper. That is crazy.
Yeah, I'm literally running with the ball with ease. Take a look at De'Aaron Fox. Just look at the game speed. Like, you have so much freedom in 2K26. You can boost out of, burst out of different moves, stop on a dime. It's really nice, bro. It's really nice. And again, it's not only held to little guards because look at Victor Wembanyama right here. Watch. Look at the quick first step. Back to the left, back to the right. This could be a problem. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, he's doing that with Wembanyama? Hold on, let me put that on regular speed. Hold on. What the fuck am I looking at? I seen a tweet this morning that said, somebody asked Mike Wang, what are you most worried about? And he said 7-4 builds.
Back to the right. This could be a problem. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, even on normal speed, he's moving way too fast.
I'm all for it, man. I'm all for fast.
That's what I was thinking of making. I was thinking of making a build geared after SGA this year.
Game speed, we just got to have really good defensive mechanics. But let me go back to that the Shea animation. Yeah, take a look. Look at that quick first step. Way faster than 25.
Yeah, the free throw merchant build.
It's really nice. And then, as you guys can see right here, you can stop on a dime, move this way, move that way, move back and forth. You're really explosive, and you can really just choose, you know, any way you want to go. So the game speed is way faster. So yeah, I'm really liking it so far. Now,
I'm not upset that the game speed is faster, because I mean, I think most people want to play this game to have fun. Like, sometimes they do lean too much into trying to be realistic. My only issue is if you make the offense better, I just wish they would put as much emphasis on the defense as they do offense. Based off of these two previews I'm watching right here, there's clearly, I feel like this is going to be an offensive heavy game. And it's like, if it's hard to defend all this dribble god bullshit, then it's going to make me not want to play the game, bruh.
19 signature style or signature size up when you walk backwards is back. So basically, you're just going to hold the left stick down and flick the right stick.
That's what I've been told.
Hey, you get that animation right there. I mean, dude, look at this. Boom, boom. And then you can
Tekken 8 NBA edition.
Yeah, I swear, like, it's, guys, I promise you, it is way more responsive this year. Here's another example, me using De'Aaron Fox. The reason why I was using him is because he's got really...
That was crazy space he got off that step back.
Take a look at it right here. I'm going to pull it off and then run right out of it. Dude, I promise, man, the game speed is way faster. I think you guys are going to enjoy it.
This is an offensive-centric year. Creators have already said it's a lot harder to get steals this year. You said lockdowns is dead?
Okay, as long as they keep it the same, I'm all for it. Now, we're going to talk about defense in a little bit. I think offensively, I think the game is like, it's really good offensively. Now, to keep it balanced, you're going to have really good defense. And we're going to talk about that later on in the video. But so far, I think, you know, look how quick this is. I think it's beautiful. So obviously escapes are returning to 2K26.
I talked to 5 to 6 creators at Community Day. That's right, you was working there. They all said the offense is lit.
I have to cancel out of it. Look at this. I'm literally spamming it back and forth. However, you guys are going to see in the next clip, you can't.
I know I'm late, but that segment about big streamers ruining Battlefield 6 got me heated. I wish I was there for that stream. The best we could do is just ignore them. Like, just play the game and enjoy it for what you enjoy. Like, hopefully they don't have a sway over shit. They'll go back to Warzone eventually.
Option to do it. Now, I'm gonna roll it back one more time. Basically, all I'm doing is flicking the right stick left and right. This is literally like 2K15. However, again, in 2K15, you did get penalized.
God damn.
In 2K26, you're gonna get penalized. But man, look at this. You can get shifty, bro. You can combo up with it.
I'm telling you, bro. This year is gonna be a screening nightmare, bro. Fucking, it's gonna look like TSA out there in the park and in the wreck, the way niggas is getting screened.
Like, I'm literally gliding. Now, let's take a look at what it looks like in game. I got John Morant.
The way he's shifting left to right is crazy.
Take it all the way. I missed the dunk. Don't worry about that. But let's break this down one more time.
I get the dribbling part. I want to see, what is he saying about the defense?
Look at that. Look at that cross launch. Able to do this when you have Gatorade on your player and whatnot. You know, look at Cooper Flag. You guys are going to see his crossover. It's crazy. Look at that ball handle. 99 steal, and they're spamming against me. Am I going to have to spam this over and over again to not get the ball stolen? Or is this just going to be like a situational thing, like in the wreck? Like, if you're up in the fourth quarter, they're intentionally fouling, you don't want to lose the ball. Like, I hope that we don't actually have to use this constantly over and over, because it's going to be kind of...
Do you think 2K focuses too much on the success of Park in my career? Yeah, but also, to be fair, the reason they focus on it so much is because it's their moneymaker. It's what most people buy the game for. Most people are not buying the game for Play Now, My GM. And obviously, those type of game modes have, you know, a community, but the biggest communities are My Team, My Career, and Park Rec. Those are the game. It's where all the whales are, the money spenders.
I use it with Luca, the spam Del too, and that's the
people who play Now ain't spending money besides the game.
The new Rat Pass feature. Basically, all you got to do is double tap B or double tap circle, and you get that kind of rat pass animation. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I don't think it's really that good. I think they just added it just to add it. I noticed I was getting a lot of turnovers with it. Maybe I'm just bad at the game. I don't know, but
I would say, what's the point of this? I don't understand the point of this.
I don't think it's gonna be really useful at all, to be honest. But I mean, you could use it if you want. All right, now let's talk about dunking and the new dunk meter. Take a look at it. Oh my gosh, the green window is finally back. But it's different, okay? Now, it is, I would say it's very similar to 2K24. It is a little bit different, though. Let's take a look at this dunk from...
See, that I feel like that's a better example. Like, was that Amir Thompson is dunking on Davis, and Davis is bigger, but because he got past him, the window was bigger. Versus the last dude we watched, he was trying to use John Morant to dunk on a 7-footer. But, like, bro, you got to get past the defender.
Okay, now it is
just get a little bit of space.
I'd say it's very similar to 2K24. It is a little bit different though. Let's take a look at this dunk from Amin Thompson. Take a look at this. Now in 2K24, if you were to go up with a dunk immediately, like right here, your green window would stay the same size from when you started. Okay. However, in 2K26, take a look. I'm going up with a dunk. The green window is very small. Okay, very small. Now I'm going to go up with it, and notice how the green window got bigger. You see that? Now I have an easy green window dunk because I think that's Anthony Davis down there. He was out the way. So it's a dynamic green window. So I'll run it back in regular speed.
As it should
Real
be.
quick, boom, running up the court, starts off small, and it gets big.
I thought the wrap pass could
That's how
wrap
dunk
around the
meter works
body
this
of the
year. I'm not gonna lie, it
defender.
feels good.
I
think
don't know
if you
how
have
it
a super high
works.
dunk rating, you know what I mean? It's gonna feel good. Taking it all the way, little Euro dunk right there. Now, however, hear me out, okay?
Shout out to Shaquille with the super chat. He said you mentioned China taking over gaming. They really taking over anime as well.
This could play differently online.
They have been dropping stuff.
I'm just giving you guys,
Yeah.
I'm just giving you guys my opinion based on what I played. All right. So yeah, the dunk meter does feel good. It is dynamic and it does change. I'll show you guys some more clips as well. Look at that speed boost animation, so beautiful. Again, look, it's dynamic. Take a look at that one more time. Running up the court.
Oh man, if you're a bad defender, woof, you're gonna have a rough year, I
Green
think.
window is very small, right? However, I beat Mike Conley. I get in front of him, so the green window was huge, and I greened it. So yeah, man.
Shout out to Yeeks Doodle with the sub.
We got another clip with Cooper Flag taking it all the way. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even hyped about the dunk on this clip. Like, look at the speed. I'm just running up the court fast with him. Nice dunk animation right there as well. And then yeah, we got Anthony Edwards right here taking it all the way. Green window is a decent size. I messed up though because I didn't take a look at their ratings. I usually do that every community day, but yep, another dunk.
That man got lost right there.
Looks like.
All right, we get the dunking. What else I got?
This was like a hop step dunk. I didn't
More
Y
dunking.
or double tap Y if you're on Xbox, and just like a normal lob. I'm using SGA
the
right
lob
here. I perform a
stuff.
Euro, but in the middle of the animation,
My layups.
right here, I slow it down by holding L2, and you get like a slow animation. Now, take a look at that green window. It's large, and then it gets smaller because it's more contested. But then it opens.
then it's
back up.
green
So
again.
again, the layup meter is just like the dunk meter. It's dynamic. It changes based on how good the defender is. And this right there is another example of the new L2 slowdown. I don't know the
Or
exact.
yeah, or maybe make a Luka type build, maybe a little bit bigger, point guard type
I mean, you
build.
guys know what I'm talking about. You can basically just.
I'm trying to do
slow
these
it down.
Euros too.
Look at that one more time. All the way to the rim. Hold L2.
He said he gonna talk about the defense of the video damn near over. That's what I'm saying. I want to know about the defense. I get the other stuff already.
In 3s or 5s. I think it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards
Well,
probably S because SGA is a better defender.
let's get into floaters. Take a look at Trae Young's floater right here. I don't know.
You see Trump going to send the military to Chicago. He didn't say he was going to. He said he's considering it. He said Chicago and New York, which is, you know, it's starting to make me think DC might have been a soft launch for what he really wants to do. And if that's the case, at what point do we as Americans get mad if he starts invading other cities, man?
How I timed that right, but I did. But yeah, Trae Young.
Like,
the floaters
we're
in it,
violating rights.
They throw it up so high. Look at that. Look at SGA's floater.
Hopefully he was just joking.
Like, it kind of reminds me of the Devin Booker floater, but I don't think it's like, I don't think the animation is as quick, but it's still.
Yeah, martial law type shit.
Goes up pretty high. Look at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I said I'm probably gonna make an SGA build.
That's crazy. Then take a look. Who's up next?
My float game pretty good.
Throwing it up. Look how high the ball goes up in the air. So who knows? I can't give too much information on the builder until tomorrow, but you never know, man. The 99
A lot of help defense will be needed this year. Yeah, people who don't know how to rotate, they gonna get exposed.
builds, they might be OP this year, man. You never know, man. Take a look at this one right here. We got Luka taking it all the way. Another floater with Luka. I feel like everyone has a good floater. It seems like everyone that I use that has a high layup rating. And then right here, I'm gonna show you guys the scoop layup animation with SGA. It's pretty clean. Obviously, Trae Young is a smaller defender, so it's not. He's gonna be able to get that up, but I didn't do as many scoop animations as I wanted while I was playing the game, but it's pretty clean. I'm not gonna lie. Right here, I think we got a spin layup. That's
All right, we get it, bro. Talk about the defense.
how it works, how it feels. However, again, quick stops are not in the game, and that's a big letdown for me.
Yo, the fact that this is a 30-minute video and this nigga's just talking offense. God damn.
I don't like it, man. I personally just think, you know, Mike Wing should take it out the game. But I think it's going to be in the game, and I just hope it doesn't break the game. Now,
2K fans don't watch basketball.
Go-to shots. Take a look at Victor Wembanyama's post.
What the fuck was that? God damn.
All you got to do is hold the right stick up without R2 and hold L2, and you'll get this animation if you use Victor Wembanyama.
That's a crazy animation. Yeah, what you just said in the chat is true. You're going to have good defense because the moment you see his hand flick the ball out like that, somebody needs to rotate over to help. That's a crazy animation.
Bro. Yo, this could be insane. I mean, obviously,
I'm gonna go ahead and call it right now. Niggas gonna be crying on that 1v1 court. Man, you fucking post court, man, like they do every year, but it's gonna be even worse now.
the green window is very small, but I think we could find some like glitchy ones. Maybe you could cancel out of it, speed boost out of it. I don't know, man. I feel like this game is going to be very offensively driven. So, you know, hopefully defense is there. Okay, hopefully defense is there. It has to be. I got one with Kevin Durant. I'm pretty sure this was.
You should watch Badge Plug's video. He talks about defense.
Fade away. It's looking pretty good.
You know, you have an idea where he starts talking about it? Is it the middle, the end, beginning of the video?
No, I didn't time this one right, but I think that's his post go-to animation on the op.
We get it. Post is overpowered. We get it. That's all. That's every year.
I'm getting some basic steals. I lost the ball right there, trying to do a crossover, and I lost it into his hip. You notice in 2K25, you could spam test system. That's really what I want to go over, okay? Now, again, I'm just pointing things out, okay? Look at Kevin Durant. I got the ball. I got takeover. It's a close game. I'm running up the court.
How long before the community will want to patch? 1 month.
Over Kyrie Irving, and it's open, as it should be, okay? So that's good. Now, however, there are a couple, like, situations
that's the way it should be, yeah.
In this game that I feel like didn't make sense. So take a look at this shot right here. I just don't know how that's 15%. Take a look one more time.
Okay, he's talking defense.
Anthony Davis. Look where I'm starting the shot. Anthony Davis doesn't even have his hand up, right? The ball is basically out of my hand. And it's 15%.
Yeah, that shouldn't be contested. That was a good shot. That shouldn't be contested.
I'm just pointing it out. I'm just showing you guys the contest system.
Some niggas might be having the Hall of Fame bailout badge this year. You giving them that long? Yeah, 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks.
Again, man, it wasn't like that every single time, but take a look at this. Pulling up, that's 6%. What do you guys think? Should that be 6%? Boom.
That means people who got a super quick release are going to be eating this year.
30%. Look, I got Kyrie Irving stopping on a dime, doing a step back. He's pretty far away from me. I don't know. Maybe that is 30%. I'll take that back. That probably is 30%. But yeah, overall defense feels pretty good, man. I mean, I got a lot of body up animations. It's pretty hard to get like lane steals and, you know, pluck steals consistently against AIs. But again, I feel like defense and shooting are just going to be one of those things that we're just not really going to know how they work or how good they are or how bad they are until we play online. We don't really know.
That is a fair point, because I mean, against the AI, it has patterns and algorithms, so you can figure out how to manipulate it. We really, unfortunately, won't know how good the defense is until we get a lot of data on people playing one another.
However, you know, we got a chance to look at the dunk meter, see how it feels.
Let me see. You said Badge Plug was talking about the defense. Badge Plug. God damn, this motherfucker dropped a 3-hour video. Which one? Hey, which video are you talking about, bro? This one?
Now
the
you
other
guys
one.
get to see why I was so excited in the past few videos, man, because I've seen that dribbling is back on 2K. So
everybody's talking about offense.
We still have like 7 days of early access, which I told you guys is basically
is this one?
the middle
Okay.
of the game. So we're gonna get probably a little bit of changes from what you're seeing at the event when the game releases 7 days early, and then when the game is actually released.
Defense.
You don't have to green both.
8 minutes he starts talking about it. Good luck.
Because 2K wasn't talking about it, and from what I've seen so far, defense is looking really bumpy. Like, both sides of the court are overpowered, and that is how you get a good game. We don't want, or
shout out to Bryce with the super chat. At this point, just call the game 2K26 Offense Edition.
I don't want a game.
You know, now that this game is going to be super offense focused, I have a theory. It makes sense why Carmelo Anthony's on the cover. That nigga didn't play no defense. Ain't gonna be no defense in this game.
Where offense is just so good and defense can't do anything about it. No, make both sides very good, like 2K19, for example, and may the best man win, right? May the best user input win. And bumps are looking crazy. Joe Knows had a video where he was playing
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Sunset Beach Park. Okay, so you guys are going to see lane steals right here as well. But he was playing in the new Sunset Beach Park with the My Team players. And yeah, Caitlin
interception
twice. LeBron with like a full head of steam basically got bumped and stopped. Now, obviously that's a bit extreme. Apparently the My Team cards go off their ratings and stuff. But I'm just saying, like, Caitlin Clark was able to bump up LeBron. I think the defense is going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? At the moment, we still have not seen very much user versus user gameplay. And that's what tomorrow is going to help us with, also with the signature styles and stuff. But once we get into seeing the park, there's no Steve Francis, by the way.
That's good to know. The stats are going to be the most important thing. It still doesn't change the fact that, like, in My Team, now that the ladies are playing, there's still a height issue. Like, if the team is full of fucking 6'8" wings, you could just shoot over Caitlin Clark. I think that's the issue. I'm trying to understand, how are they going to balance that for people who want to use WNBA players?
At least it's not under Steve Francis's name. The De'Aaron Fox cross is in the game, but creators said that it was locked in the builder, so they're not able to get it, meaning it's probably going to be at like how starter for the
unless they're going to get an invisible force field of defense.
Here's paint defense. Paint defense is also looking pretty good at the moment. Now, guys, please remember when I say things like this, looking, I'm not paid by 2K. I'm not sponsored by 2K. Buy the game at your...
You said paint defense gonna be good, and then the nigga proceeded to score in the paint. Like...
We are only looking at a fraction of the game. We don't know how it's going to play out. Like I just said, guys, for most of us that mainly play Park and stuff, user versus user, with all your attributes and your badges set correctly, exactly how you want, the fastest jump shots, the no-dip shots, which, by the way, the no-dip catch and shoots do look very strong.
Brother Jones said defense is in trouble. He always makes lockdowns.
You know, we just don't really see everything at the moment. So I'm only going off.
It's hard. I ain't gonna lie. Like, in terms of other content creators, it's hard to judge. It's hard to judge and trust any 2K content creator because, like, obviously not everybody, but you know, average 2K niggas IQ's a little bit lower than average. So it's like, you know, like man said earlier, oh, it's not a skills gap if we make it harder for the alley oop. That's hand and eye coordination. That's literally a skill. What are you talking about, bro? Like,
how it looks right now, the dribbling.
I don't. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I don't know who to trust.
Fluid.
One person saying it's good, one person saying it's bad. I don't know.
Of people spamming in the 2KU where there's no stamina. All right, so stamina being included is going to be a huge factor. No defender in front of them. So although dribbling looks very, very good, like insane, kind of overpowered.
That was a crazy green window.
No stamina, no dribbler, no defender in front of them, all that type of stuff. Now, Joe Knows even did a interview with Mike Wang where he said he wants every playstyle to be overpowered. And we also have a few other things, right?
They taking the Marvel Rivals approach.
Talking about, you know, the game being actually no RNG, and it has a pure green window, except buzzer beaters and half-court heaves. All right, buzzer beaters and half-court heaves. He said he was a little bit worried about 7'4" builds, the standing dunks and stuff. So we'll see when the game comes out. The Kobe jab step is back in the game. If you guys remember in 2K24, it was a literal exploit to Kobe jab step under the paint, and then you would basically, it would knock the defender out of the way. There was no way to combat that, and you would have a huge, like, wide open standing dunk meter.
I didn't even know that. 2K niggas swear they not nerds.
All right, guys, if you equip the Kobe jab step, you'll get an animation that bumps them back all the way to the other side of the court. From there, you'll get a wide open shot.
I didn't even know that. How did you know that? Like, that's such nerd shit.
Even though there was a defender just there, but the defender gets thrown.
But it only works with the Kobe. If you do the Trae Young jab step, it's not going to work.
So the standing,
yeah, the hood RPG
and all that. But if you know, if you're able to Kobe jab step, that's going to be a 2K24 standing dunk issue.
That's funny. Not Boulder's Gate, Baller's Gate 3. That's like fucking funny.
Before.
Oh
so
shit!
Everything that we seen today on stream, I pretty much broke all the most important stuff down to you guys. I mean, I showed you Wimby doing all that crazy stuff. You seen the post hooks from the 3-point line, how fluid the dribbling looks, paint defense, bumps, all that type of stuff. So, like I said, guys, take everything with a.
We need live back. We need it back.
Do not have the game at the moment.
All right, so 2 people said and 2 people said it's cool. We'll see when the game come out. I ain't paying for it anyway. That's the only thing that matter. I got the plug. I ain't paying for this shit. That's a first look at 2K. If you want to look at some more gameplay, I mean, just go on YouTube. There's a million different content creators. Everybody who's at the creator day, the community day, are uploading videos. So if you want to see different opinions and shit like that, post hook from three is nasty. If you play 2K, try Path of Exile. Path of 2K, bruh. Path of 2K. Other news I got for you. Reviews for Metal Gear Solid have dropped. Metal Gear Solid Delta. I know a lot of you guys were looking forward to that. I'm seeing some 5 out of 5, some 10s, some 9.5, some 9s, 8s, a few 7s, 4 out of 5s. Currently, it's sitting at an 86 overall Metacritic, meaning it's one of the better games of this year, which I'm not surprised because I already played it. I knew it was a good game. I could tell within like an hour of playing it. I got to play it for like, it was like 6 to 8 hours. I got to play all day. I uploaded my own video, first impressions on Hokage highlights. So yeah. It shouldn't surprise anybody because this game is considered a classic. It's a remake of a classic. It already had the blueprint there. It would be kind of hard to fuck this up. But if you want to hear more in-depth thoughts from me, go to Hokage Highlights. I uploaded a video there. What did surprise me though, and I'm glad I was careful with my words. In my video, I mentioned I played the PC version. I played the PC version of Delta and it ran buttery smooth. I didn't have any issues with it. And I said in my video, because the PC version ran smooth, mind you, I recorded this video like a couple weeks ago. So when I played it, I said because it ran smooth butter on PC, I was like, I'm gonna assume it's gonna run good on console, but I didn't know because I'm glad I didn't say it is going to run. I just said I think it's gonna run. It isn't, apparently. Apparently the best version is the PC because this game is running on Unreal Engine 5, which is a woke engine according to Twitter that runs like dog shit. So major warning, if you're planning on playing Metal Gear Solid Delta, the game runs terribly on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, rendering at 720p to 1080p at 30 to 50 FPS in performance mode. The PS5 Pro somehow runs worse and looks blurrier despite using the upscaling shit. So let's see.
Barrels all conspire to tank that frame rate during combat, and we're more realistically operating at between 30 to 50 FPS. I've taken the more run and gun approach in this case.
Yeah, you can see the frame rate dropping.
This does sound
unfortunate, man.
VRR window on PS5. In comparing the two,
I'm sure they'll patch it, but you probably want to wait to get it on console.
Directly with a matched route,
PC gamers up.
Is enjoying up to a +7 FPS advantage over pro hardware. Every segment of the jungle, it seems, takes preference to the lower LOD and GI settings of base PS5's performance.
Interesting. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and update that video just so people, I don't want nobody thinking I'm spreading misinformation or some shit like that. All right, hold on, let me switch my account real quick. Let's go Kage highlights, then go view channel.
My name's the Black Okage, aka.
Let's go here. This is the video if you want to look at it, if you want to hear my thoughts on the game. Let's see, update. Console version is reported to run like butt. I unaware. I played on PC. PC for the win. Boom, I'm gonna pin that right there so then people can see that. Boom. All right, that way people, if you come to the video, you can see that it's updated. It's like the Arkham Knight release, but in reverse. Yeah, I was generally shocked because usually when the PC version runs good, that means the console version is gonna run good because it's easier to optimize for console. I don't know how they fucked that up on console, bro. I do not know. It'd be interesting to see what happens when more people get their hands on it. And to be fair, we don't know if the PC version is going to run that well either. Because also, to be fair, I played on an Alienware top-of-the-line PC. It was a collaboration between Alienware and Konami. And they had the top-of-the-line Alienware Aurora desktop PCs. So it was a high-end PC as well. So I wonder if the PC was compensating for it could have poor optimization on PC. The real test is seeing somebody with like an average build, seeing how it runs. I don't know. But what I can tell you is it ran smooth for me. What the over-under on niggas complaining who see that and still complain in the comments? 100%. You know motherfuckers don't read. I don't trust it. It's the only source saying this. Well, to be fair, he took a clip from Digital Foundry. That's literally what Digital Foundry's entire channel is. They get games and they have a whole system for testing frame rates. They don't do traditional game reviews. They do technical analysis. If anything, I wonder why other reviews didn't mention it, unless maybe they're just the one person on earth who got a bad copy and maybe it runs well for everybody else. The only way to tell is you're going to have to take a risk. And that's a $70 risk. I don't know, man. I don't know. All I can tell you is on my experience on PC, it ran fine for me. We'll see how it runs because, I mean, they'll give me a code. We'll see how it runs. Other news for Metal Gear. If you like the remake when it drops, more Metal Gear remakes could be coming if Delta is a success. Later this month, Konami's Metal Gear Delta Snake Eater will bring a modern upgrade to Metal Gear Snake Eater, a game over 2 decades old. And if the new remaster does well, it may not be the last time Konami revisits an older Metal Gear game. When asked about other potential Metal Gear remakes, the Delta producer told Game Informer, "At the moment, we're focused on delivering Delta in the best possible way to the current generation. And once this game is released, if the fans feel they would like to see more from playing the game, then we would like to consider lots of other games in the future. For now, this is it." They said lots of games. They're going to do the whole goddamn series. We might have another situation like the Resident Evil where they just remaster everything. Metal Gear Solid 1 remake ASAP. Yeah, because the first game, wasn't it a top-down game? That's the one they should remake. Put that shit in 3D. But I don't know if I'm like itching for a remake of everyone. I think they picked the right one because isn't this like the best one in the series according to y'all? Please don't put that in the atmosphere. Damn, you don't want it? Can we get Solid 4 remake? This will be my first one. I don't know. So just know it could be coming depending on the success of it. And I think this game might be successful because it has high pre-orders on the PlayStation Store. Let's see. Other news. Oh, what up, Seven? I'm talking about the Resident Evil remake. Oh, yeah. Don't do everyone. Got you. In other news, Bungie's CEO, or should I say Bungie's former CEO, as of today, Pete Parsons, has officially completed one of the greatest finesses in the last 10 years. Now, for those who haven't been keeping up with the drama, Bungie, the creators of Halo, as well as the Destiny franchise, was recently bought out by Sony for $2 billion. And when that news broke, everybody in the GI podcast said, what the fuck was worth $2 billion at Bungie? Because Bungie is not a... Destiny's a big game, right? But that was the only game they had in their catalog at the time. So we were trying to figure out, why did they pay $2 billion for Destiny? Mind you, Destiny 2 was on its last legs. This wasn't right around the time Destiny 2 released before. It was when Destiny was like on its last DLC coming out. They had nothing new coming down the line. And then eventually they announced Marathon, which turned out to be ass. But the point being is, it wasn't like when Microsoft bought Activision and you get all these IPs like Call of Duty, Spyro, and Crash, and Tony Hawk. Or you get a big portfolio of games that they paid billions for. You got a portfolio of one game that was already dying. So then news broke later, months later, that Sony got finessed. If you missed this story, it turns out that the CEO of Bungie lied. And to be fair, it's Sony's fault for not doing an audit. Before Sony purchased Bungie, Sony just operated on good faith. Hey, we see what you got going there with Destiny 2. You said you're working on another game called Marathon. We're going to trust you because you're Bungie. Instead of opening up the books and seeing what their sales were looking like, Sony got finessed because apparently their finances weren't that great. And to make matters worse, the CEO was pocketing a lot of the profits. And this nigga was reported to have over 20 luxury cars alone. And here we are, August 22nd, 2025, and Pete Parsons, the CEO of Bungie, has announced after finessing Sony and releasing that shitty Marathon beta, he will be stepping down. The finesse is complete, ladies and gentlemen. That's real long. Until recently, Bungie's next game, Marathon, was slated to be released in September, but the game was delayed indefinitely in June amid reports that Bungie will lose its independence by fully integrating into PlayStation Studios. That's right. The response was so bad to Marathon that Sony said they are going to be overseeing Bungie. You're not allowed to operate independently, okay? We're going to be watching what the fuck you're doing, especially at the Concord. We paid $2 billion for you. We need our money back. Now, Bungie CEO Pete Parsons has announced his departure from the studio after over 2 decades. Parsons joined Bungie in 2002 and served as the COO before being promoted to the CEO in early 2016. In a statement shared on Bungie's official website, Bungie called his stint on top of the company the honor of a lifetime and added that he is deeply proud of the worlds we built together and the millions of players who call them home. Before closing his statement, Parsons announced that the Chief Development Officer, Justin Truman, will be the new lead for Bungie. He also endorsed Truman as his successor. Bungie about to be making The Last of Us 2.5 times charted now. I've worked alongside Justin for many years, said Parsons. His passion for our games, our team, and our players is unmatched. As a leader in engineering, production, and design, and most recently a general manager for Destiny 2 and our chief development officer, he has been instrumental in bringing in some of the most memorable moments in Bungie's history to life. He lives and breathes this studio, and I have full confidence that he's the right person to lead Bungie forward. So this nigga finessed Sony. Mind you, this was only like a year or two ago, right, that they bought Sony? Why is he capping so hard? That's what I'm saying. This is what makes it funny. Sony just bought Bungie. They have not put out a game under the Sony umbrella yet. Marathon has not arrived. And to be honest, it's not looking good for Marathon, okay? I'm about 80% sure that game is DOA. He's only been CEO since 2016. And he's got one foot out the door. He said, you know what? Now that we completed the deal, I'm not going to really stick around to find out how Marathon performs. Because I feel like a good CEO would have sold the company, made sure his employees were straight, put out Marathon, made sure it was a success, and then retire on top. Y'all don't find that suspicious that this nigga wants to retire after selling the company for $2 billion while the game has not even out yet. Don't you find that suspicious? It's almost as if he doesn't have faith in the game. Because my thing is, if you're about to put out a great AAA product, you should go out on top. You'll get an increase. You'll get a pay raise, right? That man about to go from 20 to 30 cars. He's out. He's out. He said, tough luck is always FUBU, man. And you know, I would feel bad for Sony, but Sony's a corporation too. It's fuck them both, bro. You got finessed. It is what it is. Maybe, Chad, we all just need to learn how to scam at this point. Scammer of the year, man. It's a shame because I thought Marathon was cool. Hopefully the game is good, but I mean, they delayed it indefinitely because they don't have no confidence in that shit. That's not a good sign. Yeah, it's just this, him stepping down at this time is hella sus. It's hella sus. We'll be keeping an eye on the story. Marathon, I'll tell you this much. Remember where you heard it here first. If Marathon ends up being ass, I will say it is not a coincidence. Because right now, we don't have any evidence. It could just be a coincidence. Maybe he's older. Maybe he's ready to step down. But when Marathon comes out, if that shit gets bad reviews, people are just shitting on it in general, I'm going to say he stepped down to avoid being blamed for the disaster that is Marathon. We're going to see how this one plays out. We'll see. We'll see. You said ends up LOL. You have no faith in Marathon. None. You saw the dude dying on Kick? Nah, that's not on my algorithm, nigga. What is on my algorithm is Marvel Rivals developers hit back at the engagement-based matchmaking allegations. And they said, we do not have fucking engagement-based matchmaking. Get off our fucking dicks. Matchmaking is a hot topic in any PvP game. Even among some of the most popular, debates rage on about unfair matchups. It's easy to understand why. There's nothing worse than logging on for a ranked session and finding out the other team stacked with players far better than you. However, Marvel Rivals players suspected another issue. The game is employing engagement-based matchmaking. However, developers NetEase have addressed these concerns directly in a new video posted on social media. If you don't know what engagement-based matchmaking is, it's the polar opposite of skill-based matchmaking. So basically, the matchmaking is based around trying to keep people on their servers for as long as possible. So what happens is, if you hop into a ranked game with engagement-based matchmaking is, let's say you go on a losing streak, right? You lose 5 games in a row. No, let's say you go on a win streak and you win 5 games in a row. For some reason on that 6th game, it's gonna put you in a lobby of teammates who've lost 10 games in a row. And the reason they do that is when people go on losing streaks, what the algorithm will do is it'll just throw you a bone and it'll put you on a team full of people that can carry you, hopefully. But in the other side, you could also end up dragging them down. Versus being every lobby, you're being in a match with people who are on a similar skill level. Instead, it's designed to keep you on the servers. Now, why do they want to keep people on the servers longer? They do this so that people will stay on the game and hopefully spend more money on skins, basically. Basically, their goal is not to create a competitive, fun environment. It's to get you to spend money. That's what engagement-based matchmaking is. So if you ever played ranked in Marvel Rivals and you felt like, man, why do I keep getting all these bad fucking teammates? It's probably because you're playing too good. And then if you ever been on Marvel Rivals and you thought to yourself, man, why do I keep getting all these fucking demons on my team? It's probably because you fucking suck. You just went on a 5-game losing streak, so it gave you an Obama bailout. For those of you who don't know, well, I just explained it. As matchmaking systems are so obscure, players tend to speculate on what's happening under the hood. Marvel Rivals regulars are no different, with many feeling certain that trickery was afoot, but the developers behind the game have shot that idea down. We want to be clear, said the combat designer. Marvel Rivals does not have no fucking engagement-based matchmaking. He goes on to explain why some players may have struggles with matchmaking. He says that due to the large team sizes in Marvel Rivals, factors other than the individual skill can impact how well a squad performs. For instance, teamwork and coordination can sway the outcome, he says. If you're wondering why some people are accusing them of using engagement-based matchmaking, it's because, what's the publisher for this game? Is it Nexon? It's one of them. Who publishes Marvel Rivals? It's NetEase. NetEase is known for making games with tons of microtransactions in it, and they have games that do utilize engagement-based matchmaking. It's not what I think, it's not what I feel, it's what I know. They released the documents, they put videos on YouTube talking about it. It's how they keep people on the server. So the reason this theory of Marvel Rivals has engagement-based matchmaking in their algorithm, it comes from the fact that other NetEase games have it already, so why wouldn't they use it in this game? And then I think it's universally agreed. I mean, I haven't played since season 1, but I stopped playing Marvel Rivals for 2 reasons. I was tired of the toxic community, and I was tired of the fact that I would go on a 5-game win streak, and then I would go on a 4-game losing streak because I would get the worst teammates I'd ever seen known to man, to the point where you thought it was bots. And then I started seeing videos about engagement-based matchmaking. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. If I'm getting my ass beat by somebody who's better, I'll respect that shit. But it's like, bro, these niggas not better than me. You got people who eat crayons on a controller on your fucking team. And it's a lot of people who got carried in rank too. There's a lot of people who will play with their friends who real demons. They grandmaster or higher. They get carried up to platinum or higher. Then their friend can't get on the game, but they end up on your team and they're bringing the team down. They're really a bronze level player and they're on your team in fucking diamond lobbies. I cannot stress enough, because I've seen some people on Hokage highlights say I was ass. I was not ass at this game. If you watch me play it, I was good at it. I was about 1 or 2 games away from hitting Grandmaster. I was Diamond 1. I went on the most diabolical slide known to man. I went from 1 game away. I was so close to Grandmaster. My lobby was full of Grandmasters. I was 1 game away from Grandmaster. I went from Diamond 1 all the way down to fucking Plat. Because it just kept giving me the worst teammate. I couldn't believe it, bro. I said, that's enough. My mental health, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. It was hard to do. So I'm not gonna lie. I know he says it's not in the game. I call cap. I'm not even trying to be facetious when I say this. I've never played a game like Marvel Rivals where I got my ass beat so much. Like my scout pushed in so much in such a lopsided manner. In Marvel Rivals, you were either dunking a team or you were getting dunked. And to me, that always made the matchmaking suspicious. I play a lot of multiplayer. I mean, y'all see me play Battlefield, right? I'm pretty decent Battlefield player when I'm playing with my friends. Get on this game and like, bro, it was so many games you couldn't even get out of the fucking spawn point because these idiots wouldn't want to switch characters to somebody who was more beneficial to the team. Yeah, I was rage queuing. Yo, shout out to RNO with the $10 super chat. That happened to me on League when I hit Master. That's why I quit. So I'm not gonna lie. I don't have any evidence. Usually I'm data backed. So this is me just pushing an agenda. Y'all know I like to be honest. He says there's no engagement-based matchmaking, but I gotta call cap. I think it's in the game. There are documents online that other NetEase games use engagement-based matchmaking. And you're telling me NetEase's biggest game in their portfolio, their biggest moneymaker, doesn't use engagement-based matchmaking? The algorithm designed to keep you on the game by giving you a pat on the back when you're playing like shit so that you'll eventually spend more money. Because that's what it is, right? To simplify it, engagement-based matchmaking is everybody gets a trophy personified. Instead of get good, oh, you lost 7 games, here's a free game, pussy. I hate that shit, man. Cap. Yeah, it's corporate propaganda. You're here to nickel and dime us. I don't want to hear that shit. He said, shut up and buy them beach skins. In other news, Battlefield 6 developer DICE confirms big changes are coming to player movement, especially horizontal speed. DICE has outlined what it's learned and what is changing following the open beta test for BF6. With tens of thousands connecting to Discord to play together, over 600,000 hours were streamed and over 30 million hours watched. The Battlefield team said it would like to take a moment to look back at the recent open beta to share our key learnings and in-game changes we're making based on feedback and in-game data, including tweaks to weapons, movements, maps, modes, player counts, and playlist options. Nerf the shotgun. Perhaps one of the biggest complaints from players was around movement mechanics, particularly the movement speed and moving out of a slide into a jump. DICE says it's now adjusting this to create a more balanced and traditional Battlefield experience. Really? Do y'all agree with that statement? I feel like the movement was fine. It didn't bother me. I'm not gonna lie, this feedback sounds like it's coming from Call of Duty players. You're not supposed to be jumping and sliding everywhere. It's not Call of Duty. Momentum, especially horizontal speed, carried from a slide into a jump has been reduced, the team wrote. There's now a greater penalty for consecutive jumps, which lowers jump height when jumps are spammed. Oh, so they're making it less Call of Duty. Firing while jumping or sliding will result in increased inaccuracy. These changes are designed to make the sliding and jumping more situational, so they're no longer ideal options for engaging in gunfights and will contribute to gunplay pace that rewards skillful movement without becoming too fast or unpredictable. Translation, you niggas need to play with your fucking team more. I'm not mad at that. Niggas were doing the Apex Legends super jump and flying across the map. Maybe I didn't play enough to see it, but I'm not mad at this. Parachute physics have been retuned with reduced initial acceleration when opening the parachute and for more controlled aerial movement. The team was also keen for you to know that it's heard your strong feedback about larger scale maps and says that while the open beta internally featured smaller, more fast-paced maps, larger scale maps are already part of our package, delivering action-packed gameplay and memorable, unique moments for every player. As Battlefield Labs continues, that's the closed test available to select players who signed in the NDA. It'll introduce 2 new multiplayer maps, one in Merak Valley and the other a remake of a fan favorite from Battlefield 3, Operation Firestorm. These 2 maps include the full complement of vehicles like Liberation Peak, along with other vast space combat and blah, blah, blah. Of course, the studio is looking at feedback on modes too. Noting the conversation we observed, we weren't just about the player count, but also about how maps play and the tactical experience they offer. Can I just say shout out to the dev team? This was an actual beta because the game doesn't come out until October. They still have enough time to make some changes to the game. And it looks like they're going to make some changes to the game, unlike Call of Duty. For those unaware, Rush was initially known as Gold Rush in Bad Company, where matches typically range from 12v12 to 16 versus 16. We've experimented with larger pair counts over the years, such as 64 and even 128. While these matches create intense, fast-paced moments, they also led to issues: overwhelming defenses, stalled front lines, and too many games ending in the first sector, Dice explained. Rush is especially sensitive to higher player counts due to its tactical and strategical requirements. When a player tries to arm the MCOM while more than 20 opponents are defending, the intended gameplay becomes less tangible. Based on feedback throughout recent titles, we're lowering the player count for Rush to improve the flow of combat and restore the tactical, methodical experience that defines the mode. Translation, we're trying to make it to where somebody can actually win. We can't have too many people on the map. Those who enjoy large-scale Rush, however, will still be able to experiment with different player counts via the portal from launch. Finding the right balance is an ongoing process as everyone gets familiar with map sizes, lanes, and combat spaces, the team added. For now, we found the 8v8 provides a solid starting point for small-scale, fast-paced modes like Team Deathmatch, Squad, Domination, and King of the Hill. So COD had it right with the 12v12 max? I don't know. With insights gathered during the open beta play sessions, we will be introducing in-game adjustments in the upcoming Battlefield Labs event. Stay tuned for progress updates and future opportunities to get involved, the team concluded. Lastly, thanks again for joining the beta, and thanks for the feedback. Shout out to them for actually taking feedback. How are we feeling about these changes? I mean, to me on paper, they sound good, but until we actually try them, I don't know. My problem is we ain't seen nothing about that shotgun. They said they're making changes to the weapons, so maybe in the full game, but I'd prefer y'all say something about that. It's not a shotgun, that shit is a sniper. I think a 2v200 mode would be stupid but fun if the map was designed for it. At that point, you want to play Planet Side too. Sounds fine to me though. Let me go into the sub box. I doubt there's much, but let me switch my account. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button. Go on to the Black Hokage. Yeah, play Planet Side. Sorry to Cedric with the sub. Appreciate it. New JG video. Official My Career. We already saw that. Deep Dish Dungeon. Deep Dish Dungeon. Dice said shotgun is already resolved in a different build. Oh, they did fix it? Good, good. Sonic Crossworld's official animated teaser. What? Let's see. God's Death and Reapers official reveal trailer. Starbyte's announcement trailer. Excuse me. More sounds. Run. Record of Ragnarok season 3. When did the other 2 seasons drop? The shotgun in Battlefield 6 is equivalent to the shield in Call of Duty for the kills. Bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Happy Friday, happy Friday. What y'all plans for the weekend? Mountain Blade 2. I care about that. Robo Frenzy, guys. We got some Robo Frenzy. I think that's all that is interesting. I don't care about Borderlands 2. Where the Wind Meets official PS5. Oh, official PS5 trailers. That's from yesterday. New Fallout 76 content. Sweet. Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Strikers official. This game is still getting content? Oh, look, Lost Soul Aside official PC trailer. Which one of you nut ass niggas is still playing Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Strikers? What the hell? This Xbox 360 ass game. This is why the anime community deserves less.
いいかもだ。ストックを増やすことができそうだな。俺は不死身だ。
Please check the comments. Still fighting on the same map. This is the same map from like 2015, bro. You know the crazy part is it's really somebody on Twitter. No, not even Twitter. They on fucking meta threads talking about, yeah, I'm top 5 ranked in the world of Naruto, Boruto, fucking Shinobi Strikers. Yeah, because there's only 10 players, bro. You don't watch anime, TBH? What you mean? I watch anime, but the anime, I don't like anime gamers, bro. Them niggas is dweebs, bro. We can never get good anime games because of this community just accepts bullshit. What they saying? Like fucking 7 views. It's only 2 comments, bro. I mean, this only has 600 views. That should tell you everything. Whatever, dude. Here you go. Game of the year. Lost Soul Aside. This is the game everybody excited about. Advanced ray tracing. Who's ready to blow their PC up? You pre-ordered. Does this game have a story? I swear every trailer is just him running around swinging the sword. Does this game have a story? Available the 29th next week. PC, PS5. Get your pre-order bonuses. I'm sure it does, but who cares though? I'm still waiting on reviews. Like I can't put my finger on it. Something's just off about this game to me. I don't. Maybe I'm being a hater, but I just know a 6 out of 10 when I can smell one, a 5 or a 6. Something reeks of a 6 to me. I don't know why. And there's too many games out right now. I've been playing the new Prince of Persia roguelike. It's pretty fun. I feel like nobody's talking about that one. That game, unfortunately, released at like when it's a lot of just too many games coming out. Yeah, a Forsaken out of 10, bro. What's worse, Pink Eye or this? Oh, Pink Eye is definitely worse. Bro, what in the PSP is this? Bro, if you don't get this Samsung Galaxy S2 game off my damn screen. Shine it. Said a Zune game. That shit is a Zune exclusive. This is Shadow Story. Maria, I'm coming for you. Why he landed with his arms crossed. There's a beta test coming. Shiny Ration Crush Wheels. Hell yeah, brother. Available September 25th. There's a beta coming out. I think it's this weekend or next weekend. It's free for everybody. I thought there was gonna be some gameplay in that or something. Yeah, this is Sean. It's next weekend. Yeah, if you want to, you can try the game out for free next weekend. It'll be a beta if you're interested in it. Yeah, Chicken Jockey, God, Death, and Reapers. Have you heard the new Raekwon album? Yeah, it's okay. I seen Ghostface drop the new album too. I heard it's alright. I gotta listen to that.
Dead. Not what you imagined, I'm sure. The afterlife you expected is no more. I require talented individuals to
taking us back to 09 with Kid Cudi. Everybody dropping.
Such as you. Join me, or become one of time's many forgotten. Make your choice.
Gameplay?
The gods slain are fraught with danger.
The Diablo clone?
For you, of course. Loot as
They just showed us 4 shots of him just running.
you please. Strip these dying realms bare.
Yeah, it's Diablo.
The denizens of this world have not taken kindly to their god's demise. They struggle in vain, gripping to what remains.
Now the slow block with the sub.
Their time.
I mean, that's not the worst. I like Diablo. It's just, you know, Diablo 4 is already out. Like, I really need trailers to focus on what separates yourself. Like, you can be inspired by something, but like this trailer is not showing me anything that separates itself from Diablo or hell, even Torchlight.
Care not what you do to each other, so long as you return.
Even if it's just 1 or 2 features, that's all it really takes. You don't have to be revolutionary. You can be evolutionary, and like it's not. I'm not gonna say this looks bad. It's just like, yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me. Path of Exile, even Path of Exile Junior, Starbite. Bro, what's up with today? All these blurry ass a 720p trailer. This is a PS Vita exclusive. This is hurting my eyes. Appreciate it, Gihos. Did you ever try Path of the Goddess? Nah, what's that? Is that a Gooner game? This trailer is hurting my eyes. It's hurting my eyes. I can't do it, chat. Where the Wind Meets. I think I've seen some people talk about it. PS5 features. 4K resolution. Is this a Souls game? No. It's an action RPG MMO. Oh, MMO. Okay. When this come out?
It uses the power of the adaptive triggers. 3D audio.
He said another Woo game. Chill, bro. Chill. November 14th. Oof. This doesn't look bad, but that's a bad time for me. It's too many games, bro. November 14th. I don't know, man. It looked okay, though. It looked okay. Is there anything else? I don't think there's